Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again to a new lesson in Reach the Goal via Tajweed rules, which is going through the books to refresh the rules of Tajweed. We finished the heavy and the light letters, and now we're starting the rules of Noon, Sakina, and Tanween. So, as a start, we need to understand what is Noon, Sakina, and Tanween. When we mention, I need bus everyone to understand that concept before we get going to the details. Whenever we mention the rules of Noon, Sakina, and Tanween, the rules that we will talk about are applied to the Noon and to the Tanween, not to the letters afterwards, because that's a misconception happens to a lot of students. That's one. Second thing is that all all noon sakina and tanween in the Quran have rules. That means what? Whenever there is noon sakina and tanween in Quran, there must be a rule. You're looking for a rule for sure. Okay? So now let's see what can be considered as noon sakina and tanween. So the noon sakina is one of these three. That's simple. You have the symbols here, so it will not be any confusion. Okay, noon sakina is the noon that has no haraka or the noon that is written with a sukoon sign. That is not linguistically. Linguistically, noon sakina is the noon that has the sukoon mark. Okay, but in the Quran rasm, in the drawing or the writing of the Quran, okay, in prescribing the Quran, uh, the noon has some forms, or noon sakina to be specific, has some forms. To identify them all, the book made them easy and he just told you it is the noon that has no haraka, such as this one, or has the noon with the mark sukoon, that is the mark sukoon, or the noon that has this sign which indicates one of the rules of the noon sakina, and we're gonna take it later. So any noon sakina that has any other sign, it's not considered a noon sakina. We'll talk about that. So again, the noon sakina is the noon that has no sign, okay, or that has the mark of sukoon, or that has this mark of Meem, which is the Iqlab sign. What is Tanween? Tanween is the double mark. Easy. As you learned how to read, you studied the doubles, the fathatan, the kisratan, the dhammatan. Sometimes they are full like this. Usually when they are, they have a rule, they differ in the rasm, based on what rule do they have. The fathatan, the kisratan, the dhammatan, of course these are these, and of course also these are these, but when they happen with the iqlab, this is the same rule as this one here. So when there is a ba that comes after noon sakina or tanween, the shape of noon becomes like this and the shape of tanween becomes like this. That's why it's a bit different, because you turn them into a meme. Of course, we're gonna go over these details. So for now, noon sakina is one of these three in Quran. Noon that has the mark sukoon, noon that has no marks at all, or noon that has the meme of iqlab. That's it. Okay? No other noon in the Quran is called noon sakina, and no other noon in the Quran will be having any rule, okay, regarding the noon sakina. What is tanween? It is the double. Sometimes the double are written equally, such as this. These are equal, and this is when there is idh-har, and the others with the other rule, and this is with the iqlab. That's it. Tanween, let's read just the definition so it can be clearer, is actually a noon sakina which comes at the end of the nouns. It is pronounced but not written as noon sakina. Pronounced as noon sakina. Pronounced. So for example, when I write a word such as this with a fathatan, I say huznan. It's like you have two noons there, noon and noon sakina, right? So it's pronounced, the tanween, I pronounced it as a noon sakina, nan as a noon sakina. Okay, so the tanween is pronounced as a noon sakina but not written as a noon sakina. Tanween only occurs at the end of the nouns. That's really important to know. Except for two verbs where the two sakina may occur anywhere in a word, in the middle or at the end. Now, last part of today's lesson in getting to know the noon of the noon sakina and the tanween is knowing how many rules do we have for the noon and tanween. They are four. Very simple and very easy. Each of these four have letters. So when you find a letter that is related to the rule, you know that is the rule we're talking about. Okay? So the first rule is called Idh-har. Idh-har halqi. Second one, which means clear, by the way, if you want to translate this and have them written with you. Second one is called Idgham, which means merging. Okay. Third one is called Iqlab, which means turning over. Why turning over? Because you will turn the sound of Noon Sakina, whether Noon Sakina or Tanween, into a hidden Meem. That's why turning over. Or Ikhfaa haqiqi, which means hiding. Why hiding? Why clear? Why merging? These are the things or the steps or the process or the change that happens to the Noon Sakina or the Tanween. Simply. Ah, so last question. Based on what should I apply that change? So when should I make the Noon clear? When should I hide it? When should I merge it? When should I turn it over? All this is detected, okay, based on the following letter that falls after the Noon Sakina or the Tanween. That's it. So what we're missing now is to go a lesson by lesson. No, oh, and I tell you, when you find those letters, make the Noon and Tanween clear. When you find such letters, hide the Noon and the Tanween, and etc. That's everything about the Noon and the Tanween so far. I hope it's easy and clear. Next time we're gonna get into those rules inshallah and talk about them in details. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.